Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. In the name of Allah, the most beneficent and the most merciful. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. How are you, students? Hope all of you are safe and sound. Today is over Maths Lecture 27, and page numbers which we will discuss here are 124, 125, 127, 128, and 129. These are pages are regarding geometry. The first page, which is 124, this is about the definition of the circle and its elements. What is circle? A circle is a round shaped figure that has no corners or edges. In geometry, a circle can be defined as a closed two-dimensional curved shape. Or you also can say that a circle is the path of a moving point which is always at the same distance from a fixed point. And that fixed point is called the center of the circle. The center of the circle is the point equidistant from the points on the edge. The next definition is about the circumference. The edge of the circle or the boundary of the circle is called the circumference. The distance around the edge of the circle or any curvy shape, it is a type of perimeter. The edge is called the circumference of the circle. The next definition is semicircle. As you know from the name of this, it means half. Semi means half. Semicircle means we are discussing about the half circle. Half a circle made by a diameter and the connecting arc. Its area is half of the circle's area. You know what is the area of the circle? Pi r square. Then the area of the semicircle will be pi r square by 2. And same the perimeter or the circumference of the circle is 2 pi r. And the circumference of the semicircle will be pi r only. Each half of the circle is called a semicircle. Each half of the circle is called the semicircle. Diameter. The diameter is the length of the line through the center that touches two points on the edge of the circle. Diameter. The diameter is the length of the line. This line you can see on your screen. The center that touches two points on the edges of the circle. And the formula to find the diameter is 2 multiplied by radius or radius multiplied by 2. What is radius? The distance from the center to the circumference of the line. The distance from the center to the circumference of the circle, that line is called the radius of the circle. It is half of the circle's diameter, and when we find the radius, we use the formula diameter over 2. And when we multiply radius with 2, it will be the diameter. They both are the reciprocal of each other. The line stretching across the middle of the circle is the diameter. And the line from the center to the circumference is called the radius. Quadrant. The next element of the circle is quadrant. A quarter of the circle, you know what do you mean by quarter? Quarter means fourth part. A quarter of the circle made by two radii at right angles and a connecting arc. Or you can say if we divide a circle into four equal parts, then each part is called the quadrant of the circle. Radius is diameter over 2 and diameter is equal to radius multiplied by 2. In yours, in this page, page 124, circle is given and how many elements we learn? Semicircle, diameter, radius, circumference of the circle, center of the circle, and the quadrant of the circle. These are definitions are included in your syllabus. Page 125. There are 4 questions. 3 questions are included in your scheme. Question 1, 2 and 3. In question 1, only you draw the circles where the radii are given and you also measure them. Diameters are given, you will draw the circle and you also find the radius. In question number 2, calculate the radius of each circle in exercise 1. There are 4 parts in question 1 and we will find the radius of the circles. Diameters are already drawn in the diagrams. In part 1, the diameter of the circle is 1.2 centimeter. As you know, how we calculate the radius? Radius is equal to diameter over 2. Diameter is 1.2. So we divide 1.2 with 2. The radius of the circle is 0.6 centimeter. You open the circle, you open your compass 0.6 centimeter, put on the page and draw the circle. Put your compass on the page and draw the circle with center 0.6 with radius 0.6 centimeter. Second part, the diameter is 2.4 centimeter. Again, diameter over 2 is the radius. We divide 2.4 with 2. 1.2 centimeter is the radius of the given circle. These are circles are given in question 1. We only take the measurement of diameter from that question and we are finding here the radius of this. Part C, diameter is 2.5 centimeter. Again, you divide diameter with 2. 1.25 is the radius of the required circle. The last part of this question is part D. Diameter is 2.1 centimeter. You also measure the diameters with your scale, okay? 2.1 centimeter. When we divide it with 2, 1.05 centimeter will be the radius of the given circle, or we can say 1.1 centimeter. Question number 3 is objective blanks. If a circle has a diameter of 9.64 centimeter, its radius will be dash centimeter. You know that when the diameter is given, how we can calculate the radius? If we divide the diameter by 2, we get the required radius. So when we divide 9.64 with 2, 4.82 centimeter is our required answer. Part B, if the radius of the circle Next is if the radius of the circle equal to 5.845 meter, its diameter is. When the radius is given, for the diameter we multiply radius with 2. When you multiply 5.845 with 2, 11.690 meter is a required diameter. A quarter circle is known as a, I told you that quarter mean the fourth part of the circle, and this is the definition of quadrant. So the quarter circle is also known as the quadrant. The diameter of the circle always passes through the center of the circle. Diameter always passes through the center of the circle and joins together 2 points on its circumference. Circumference means the boundary or the edge of the circle. Here we finish page 125. Now come to page 127. There are 3 questions, but 2 questions are included in our scheme. Question 1. Using your ruler and compass, draw circles with these radii. Radius are given and you will draw these measurements of the circle. You open your compass 4 centimeter, put the compass on the page and draw the circles with the given radii. I am doing question 2 for you. Without using ruler, state the diameter of each of the circles you have drawn in exercise A. All this is radii are given in question A and we find the diameter of these. Part A is 4 centimeter. This is the radius of circle. Radius is 4 centimeter. What is the formula of diameter? Radius multiplied by 2. We multiply 4 with 2. 4 times 2 is 8 centimeter. Diameter is double of the radius. So diameter is 8 centimeter. Part B, 7 centimeter. Radius is 7 centimeter. Again for the diameter, we multiply it with 2. 7 multiplied by 2 is 14 centimeter. 3.3 centimeter. This is the radius of the third circle. We multiply it with 2 and 6.6 centimeter is a required diameter. Part D, 5 centimeter is the radius of the circle. We multiply 5 with 2. 10 centimeter is our required answer. E part is 4.5 centimeter. According to the formula, we multiply it with 2 and we get 9 centimeter. The diameter of the circle is 9 centimeter. The last part of this question and also this page is 4.1. Multiply 4.1 with 2. 8.2 centimeter is our required diameter. Here we complete our page 127. This is a review of your previous knowledge. You have done this in class 4. When you see the screen, maybe you remember that you have done all these points. There are 360 degrees in a complete turn. Complete turn mean in a circle, there are 360 degrees in a circle. An acute angle is any angle greater than 0 but less than 90 degree. This is called acute angle. The half circle protractor has a total of 180 marked on it. It means that in a semicircle there are 180 degree. The angle are 180 degree. An angle which is greater than a right angle but less than 180 degree is called an obtuse angle. 3 by 4 circle is equal to 270 degree. A reflex angle is any angle which is greater than 180 but less than 360 degree. These are the points for your previous knowledge. Yes, now come to page 128. On page 128 and 129, also there are definitions about the triangles with respect to sides and also with respect to angles. We make different groups of triangles with respect to sides and with respect to angles. As you know that a triangle has how many sides? 3 sides. Tri mean 3. Angles, 3 angles. 3 sides and 3 angles. A triangle is a polygon. Polygon is any closed figure is called polygon, which has 3 or more than 3 sides. So a triangle is a polygon with 3 edges and 3 vertices. Vertices mean angles. It is one of the basic shape in geometry. The sum of the angles in any triangle is 180 degree. It means that when we add the angles of the triangle, the answer must be 180 degree and it is denoted by the symbol delta. This is a notation for the triangle. And how can we find the perimeter of the triangle? Side plus side plus side. Because triangle has 3 sides, so when we add all the sides, we get the perimeter of the triangle. Same how can we find the perimeter of the circle? The circumference is called the perimeter of the circle and that is 2 pi r. Yes. Now we discuss here the triangles with respect to sides. The first type is equilateral triangle. Equilateral triangle. If in any triangle all the 3 sides are equal, then that type of the triangle is called equilateral triangle. An equilateral triangle has 3 sides of the same length. And in the diagram I mentioned these signs shows that these 3 sides are equal. Maybe 2 centimeter, then each will be 3 centimeter. If 4, then each side will be of 4 centimeter. Isosceles triangle, also it is pronounced as isosceles triangle. An isosceles triangle has 2 sides of equal length. In equilateral, 3 sides are equal, and in isosceles, 2 sides are equal. And in the diagram, these signs mention that these 2 sides are equal, and the third side will be different from them. The third type of the triangle with respect to side is scalene triangle. A scalene triangle has all its sides of different lengths. You see in the diagram, I mentioned with 1, then second with 2 lines, and the third side with 3 lines. It means all the sides are of different lengths. Now we come to the triangles with respect to angles. Again we have equilateral triangle. An equilateral triangle has 3 equal angles. As in equilateral triangle with respect to sides, we learn that all the 3 sides are equal. When 3 sides are equal, it means that 3 angles must be equal and each angle of the equilateral triangle will be of 60 degree because the sum of the angles of the triangle is 180. So when we add 60 plus 60 plus 63 angles, the sum will be 180. In equilateral triangle, all the angles are of Meyer 60 degree. Isosceles triangle with respect to angles. In isosceles triangles, two angles are equal. Two angles are equal and they are of base angle. This is called the base of the triangle, and you see clearly 70 and 70, they both are base angles, they are equal, and the third angle is of 40 degree. Same in the other triangle 55 and 55, they both are base angles and 70 is the vertex angle. The base angles are equal. Right angle triangle. A right angled triangle has one angle of 90 degree. As you know that in the triangle there are three angles, but in the right angle triangle one angle must be of 90 degree, and you can see clearly that this angle is a right angle. Right angle means perpendicular line, vertical line, straight line. Scalene triangle. A scalene triangle has three different angles. As you see, all the angles have of different measurement 40, 30, 110 degree, because the sum of the angles of the triangle is 180. When you add these three different angles, the sum must be equal to 180 degree. The next is acute angled triangle. Acute angled triangle. Now, before the definitions, when I give you the review, where you learn about the acute angle, the angle which is less than the 90 degree, greater than 0 and less than 90 degree. Now we have acute angle triangle. It means that in all three angles are less than 90 degree. All three angles are acute, each angle less than 90 degree. You see that we didn't write the angle over here, but each angle is less than 90 degree. Then obtuse angle triangle, you also learn there. Obtuse angle, the angle which is greater than 90 degree and less than 180 degree is called obtuse angle. Now according to this obtuse angle triangle, only one angle is greater than 90 degree. Only one angle. Other two angles will be less than 90, they are acute, but only one angle will be greater than 90 degree. As you see in the diagram, 110 degree, only one angle 110 degree is greater than 90. Now these are definitions are included in your scheme, and also definition can come in your paper. You will define maybe from the circle or maybe the type of the triangle with respect to sides or with respect to angle. So you should learn all these um, definition of the triangles. On page 128, question number 1 and 2, they are regarding these types of triangle. Already triangles have drawn there. You only measure the sides and the angle with your scale and protractor and mention that which side AB is the length, what is the side of AB, what is the side of AC, and what is the length of BC. Also, you measure the angle A, B, and C. You know that how you measure the angles and measure the length of the triangle. So you will do only on the book. Already table is given there. You measure the lengths, the sides, and you write there the measurement. Same on page 129, question 3 and 4. They both are same. Only you measure the sides and angle, fill the table, and you mention that which type of the triangle is it. If three sides are equal, then you write there this is an equilateral triangle. If two sides are equal, then the triangle will be isosceles. If all the sides are different, then the triangle will be scalene triangle. Same according to the angles, you can see that which is an obtuse angle triangle, which is right angle triangle, which is acute angle triangle. Okay, student, we have complete our lecture here. If you have any problem regarding this lecture, you can discuss with me in the Zoom class. Allah Hafiz.